the expansion pack that cost $90.
You can get some additional Fisher.
More dads.
It's collectible. Collect your dad cards.
Dad loadable content. Hello and welcome to Flyover Culture, your guided tour to pop culture in the Midwest. I'm Peyton Wehrle. We're getting to that point in the year where we get ready to go visit family and spend time together, and in lieu of real personal conversation, we play board games. But designing a game is a whole different beast. What does it take? Well, we'll find out in a bit when we have two teams go head-to-head in a competition critics have hailed as misguided. But first, I knew I wanted to talk to an expert in his craft. Somebody who has spent a career designing games that smart people love for their complexity and uniqueness, and people like me love for the little raccoon guy on the box.
My name is Cole Wehrle. I'm the creative director at Leader Games, which is a little game studio based in St. Paul, Minnesota, and I'm the co-founder of Wehrlegig Games, which is a historical game studio that is based both in St. Paul and in Bloomington. I'm really interested in interactive games that let the players decide the shape of the story. So I like to think about games as grammars, as basically what I'm trying to do when I sit players down to a game I've worked on is provide them with some really good nouns and some really good verbs. And then they get to assemble the stories out of those things. The games I've worked on have all been kind of political or historical in nature, but they are unified by a sense of storytelling that is primarily player-driven. Now, that's all to talk about the narrative side. In terms of the gameplay, the games that I work on tend to have a lot of risk. They're about risk management and understanding how risk changes your the way players make decisions. They also spend a lot of time thinking about emergent partnerships and alliances. I love the moments when you find yourself with an uncomfortable bedfellow and you have to figure out how you and this person you don't really like are going to accomplish some kind of shared goal. So these aren't games that you really get to play alone or puzzles that you can kind of solve by yourself. I like games that are fundamentally social experiences, and that is certainly something that connects all of my own work.
Your games are also very mechanically deep, very complex. How do you go about balancing that with keeping it approachable, or is that even something that you're like concerned with? Like, I don't know. How do you strike that balance?
I have a reputation, potentially, I guess, for games that tend to be a little rulesy, but I try to be very conscious of the amount of rules that I'm presenting players with. Every game has a weight that it has. It has an ask that it's telling, hey players, it's going to take an hour to learn how to play this game, or it's going to take 5 minutes to learn how to play this game. So as we go through games pretty early on in the process of development, we sort of figure out like, what is this game's weight class? And then as we're evaluating every rule, we'll always ask ourselves the question, like, is this rule worth the trouble? Every single part of the design, even the parts that people are going to really love, it's all liability. It is all making the game harder to teach, harder to set up, harder to play. And for that reason, I'm constantly trying to simplify so that the players can just kind of exist within the world.
Is there a mechanic in one of your games that you are exceptionally proud of, that you're just kind of like, does it get lost with all the other stuff that you're kind of hoping that people would take notice of more, or that you want to maybe bring back in a future project?
Well, I'll use Root as an example. So Root has been kind of an unlikely success story because it's quite a mean game. And currently in the tabletop space, mean games are not terribly fashionable. Okay, if we want players to be comfortable in a high conflict environment, how can we dress it up? And our staff artist, Kyle Farron, had the brilliant insight to say, like, well, if we give it the appearance of a YA novel or a Saturday morning cartoon and this kind of animal aesthetic, it will ground the game. It'll let players feel comfortable in a high conflict environment. Now, I tried to reflect that cleverness mechanically too. Someone is going to be mean at the start of a game of Root, and I want them to not feel bad about the mean decision they're making, because what they're doing is they're establishing the feeling of the game. So to get around this, the principal aggressor in Root is a programming game. And what that means is a game where you sort of set a particular plan, and then every turn you have to execute that plan and then add to it. And because this player is the aggressor, and because they're not deciding who to attack, they're simply executing a plan that's been previously set, it gives them a bit of plausible deniability. And that deniability allows the players to start play acting very early in the process, and sort of kicks off the entire story of the game.
Tip to tail, making a game
When you are staring at, blank page, blank whiteboard, what is the first consideration that comes to you when it's time to start on a new project?
So the first thing that I like to think about is what's the feeling that I want this game to create? Or another way of stating that is, what do I want players to talk about when they're not playing the game? So I first ask, who are the players? Like it's such a simple question really, but who are the players? And if it's a historic game, I look at the historic record and I say, who exercised agency? Those are people who are playing something. And then the second question is, what do they care about? And that informs the victory condition. So in my game about the East India Company, I was like, there are these power-broking families in England. Those are the players. And they care a lot about respectability and like marrying up and buying fancy houses and like kind of the appearance of wealth and prestige. So that gave me my players and my victory conditions. And once you have that, everything else sort of spins from it. I don't think like, this is a cute mechanism. Like I want to make a game with a D6. I would never start with a specific component. What's the core idea of the game? And that could be a feeling. It could be a mechanism. It could be a little story, right? You want a game about the Salem witch trials, or maybe you want a game about exploring a cave or whatever. You need some kind of idea. When someone is walking by you on a busy convention hall and you're pitching your game to them, you need to be able to explain your game in 30 seconds, 10 seconds, 5 seconds. You need to be able to just get that idea. Now, once you've got that, the next step is you have to build a proof of concept. What is the smallest version of your game that could possibly exist? And usually I don't want to see any art on those things. I want to see it scrappy and loose. I mean, all you need is a felt tip pen and some index cards, and you're on your way, and whatever hard components you might need. And then the question is, can you scale this up? So like, okay, you have a cave exploring game, make the simplest version of that, and then tell me that, do you want players to be able to explore the Mammoth Cave in this game? All right, we'll start building the Mammoth Cave. Does your game fall apart halfway through because it's just too big of a cave? And then once we know that the game can be done, that's when we actually start giving it art and components and finding factories to produce it and all those things.
Before I let you go, I know you've got a couple projects coming out, so would you mind just saying a bit about Molly House and Arcs and what you've got coming down the pipeline?
At Leader Games, our massive science fiction space opera comes out to retail this year. Hopefully it'll be out at Gen Con. People who pre-ordered it through the crowdfunding campaign will be getting it in the spring. I'm tremendously excited about it. It is a brilliant, beautiful science fiction story generator. And I think for people who like Root and want to play more games like that, you're going to find tons of stuff to explore. And then my brother and I are releasing our new game, hopefully towards the end of this year. It's called Molly House. It is a game done in collaboration with a brilliant designer from Bristol named Joe Kelly. It is about queer subcultures in early 18th century London, and about really the rise of modern policing and morality policing. So this is a game about drag balls and throwing parties while trying to hide from the Society for the Reformation of Manners. It's an absolute blast to play. And it's always fun to do the historical games because Drew and I get to do really lavish productions on it.
Hey all, Editor Peyton here. Cole had a ton of smart stuff to say about design and his research process, so if you're a big nerd for that, I will be posting our full interview onto the channel as a bonus video very soon. I hope you enjoyed that smart, thoughtful insight, because we are done with that now. Now is the time to be overly competitive with coworkers for very low stakes. I present to you the Great Board Game Bash of 2023. We have two teams going head-to-head to see who can build a better board game in just 1 hour. Some ground rules. Rule number 1. Teams will have just 1 hour to create a functioning board game using the materials in their bag. It can be as simple or as complex as they want, but it must work. Rule number 2. Each team will start off by rolling a d4 to determine which main mechanic you will use for your game. D6s, playing cards, a d20, or a drawing pad.
I would never start with a specific component.
At the end of the hour, the team captain will present their team's game to try and sell the judge on it. Teams will be judged on creativity, functionality, and presentation. Here to represent the Critshow, we have Tass, Megan, and eagle-eyed spotters know him from Journey, Indiana, Brandon Wentz. Brandon, tell us about the Critshow.
So it is an actual play podcast where we play Monster of the Week, which is a TTRPG that is powered by the apocalypse. That's a whole lot of letters, but essentially it's a story along the lines of Buffy or Supernatural or Ash versus the Evil Dead.
And now you are here to put your expertise to the biggest possible waste you can, and I'm grateful for it. Serving as our illustrious judge is managing editor at The Fundamentals, Dan Arndt. Dan, thank you for being here.
Happy to be here. I'm excited to see what happens.
And here to help me round out Team WTIU, host and producer of the podcast Earth Eats, Kayte Young, and our social media and email coordinator, Sam Schemenauer. Thanks for helping me out here.
Anytime.
No problem.
Now, is everybody ready to see what we are playing for today? This is something you will give to your children and your children's children. I present to you our illustrious trophy.
I need it. I really want it now.
All right, let's get to it. Don't touch it too hard, the paint will come off.
All right, so let's do our first roll to see what Team WTIU gets.
All right. 3,
That
the
is
D20.
the D20.
All right.
That's all you.
3.
Roll it again.
Roll it again.
No
doubles.
Are we taking it?
You get nothing.
4.
Excellent, so you have the drawing pad.
Team WTIU, are you ready?
Yes.
Yes, we're ready.
Team Critshow, you ready?
Yes.
Yes.
Ready, set, design.
All right, dump it out.
Oh, okay. Markers is a good start.
So the drawing pad is like our. We have to use this.
That's like a mechanic. It's our kind of the backbone of our game.
Has to be an element.
Miniature trees for a train set, and we have this bucket of Jack.
Aquarium rocks.
Aquarium rocks. All right.
Some modeling dough.
Oh, it looks like we got
Colored index cards.
Can I make?
floral foam.
And yeah, boom.
And we have
Now.
some poster board over there if we want it.
Yes.
Okay.
If we take the drawing pad and we make it into like one of those finger things, does that count? Or does it have to be drawn?
I feel like if you can justify a way that like every game you would have to make a new one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah.
My other thought was to make it a flip book, and that seems like a terrible waste of
Let's start with like a theme. What is like, just start throwing some ideas.
First, so they can't steal our ideas.
These trees are evocative.
Okay. Do you do like forest?
Just spitballing right out the gate.
Yeah.
I mean, we have a lot of landscape stuff. I feel like there has to be some element of build it, then draw it. Potentially, I don't know. This is impossible to open, so I have to stab it. No, I'm stabbing it.
Even though I get to stab it.
I think forest or mountain.
What about fishing?
Fishing? Okay. Fishing could be good. We've got fishing rods.
Camping?
Even though I get
Yeah, we could do like surviving a weekend camping trip.
And it's reliant on catching fish?
It doesn't have to be.
Okay, but it could be because we could make
We
fish
can
and
incorporate the DNA that way of like somehow we need to have fish as either like a food or a resource that you
Okay.
spend. Because we could do this like smaller fish and then like salmon, which is like the big boy fish.
I like that. Okay.
You go around the board and you land on properties. You buy those properties.
No. This is something.
I feel like we're
I have a feeling this is
monopolizing
gonna.
this entire situation.
This is gonna be big.
What's the win condition here? Is it like whoever catches the best stuff at the end? Is it whoever survives through like a weekend?
I like the idea of it. Survives the weekend. It's
Okay.
about utilizing. It's not just the catching, it's the cooking.
Is there any way to sabotage other players, or is it purely surviving the game elements?
Like
it-
they're like rival campsites?
What if we did it like a compound word thing? Like it's like okay, so you build a cow out of clay. So it's like, okay, well then you have to draw a picture of a boy and it's cowboy, and then
Oh, then it's like a 2-part charade.
yeah.
Like, okay.
If we need to use the D20, do we want it? Because I know it's usually for like skill checks in like D&D. Do we want it to be like that? And as far as, oh, you draw a salmon, you need to get like a 15 or higher to catch the salmon. And we could implement some D&D
no, I've
stuff
made
of
a
like
character.
maybe
Yeah,
other
I
things
gotta
you
make a
gather
note.
could like give you
Take this
bonuses to that.
Okay, so what are the things we're gonna gather? I like that.
I don't know if I remember how to make these. It's been a minute since middle school.
Well, this had better pay off.
I
that's all
know,
I'm
right?
saying.
This is all in with my hour.
The origami skills you just come into clutch right now.
Is that what this has to do with? Is like you have to, like, we quote unquote include the blueprints to make one. You have to make one every time, and you put random words through. No.
Or is
No,
it
doesn't
the
only be
compound
prepared
words are
for
on
those.
here?
Yeah.
Or half of the compound words on one, half is on another.
Ooh, okay.
You ever play like Wingspan, or like different birds are worth
Yeah,
more?
Yeah.
It's like trying to catch those, and you don't know what they are.
I don't
but-
know enough about different varieties of fish. This is a perch.
Yeah, I don't think we can get as complicated as something like wings.
I mean, it could be like, we can make up names.
Sure. I mean, I was gonna say bluegill and salmon, but I don't know.
So say I do the thing, I have to convey it to you. You think you know what it is, and then you, almost like a telephone, but it switches creative mediums. That charades, drawing, and then sculpt it from the items.
Right.
In the hopes that it doesn't get lost in the telephone of like,
Okay.
Oh, interesting.
is that
That's something.
What does success look
I
like?
have a
You
different
poison
sort
the
of thought.
pond. And the fish
You
can't-
commit
fish
war
will
crimes
die.
for your campground.
What if instead of like turn off the electricity style, maybe you're trying to take out the camp, it's like the pupil, and then instead of they're not, because it's boring if they're totally out of the game, but they can come back as like now they're a wolf that can just
Whoa!
whatever or something, right? So then they become another antagonist, but to everyone. And so you're trying to have like only camp
So what do you mean by
members.
taking them out?
We can get it in only one thing, as opposed to we're going to use the clay, this, and the notepad, or the whatever iteration.
keep talking.
No.
There we go. Okay, I perfected the strap. This doesn't really help us, but I feel like we've gone too far down this path to abandon it.
Oh yeah, can we get a time check?
It has been 13 minutes.
Ah, okay.
Yeah,
Do we need
we need
fish
to
cut
make
out?
some decisions.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tis the season. Okay, how to use the drawing pad.
What is this? What do we use this for?
Do we want to use these materials to somehow pawn it off that we came up with Monster of the Week?
What is there besides Pictionary? Because Pictionary is the obvious thing to me.
Cranium.
That's the step.
What
to use
is
the
there
notepad.
besides
But I
that?
mean, like that's, yeah, like that's, I feel like that's the obvious mechanic. That's what a drawing pad.
Might be getting too complicated then. If this is for fishing, but there's other stuff for attracting families.
No, that's gotta be central, you're right.
Because I think the campground thing's fun. Do we want to say it's like this is the campground's like yearly like fishing expedition?
Yes.
And
Okay, so we've got story. The story is,
I think we were on something with shifting our mediums because the judge was like, oh, that's interesting.
Yeah.
For what it's worth.
Yeah. The GM's like, really? You're going to do that?
Yeah.
can it be like overly competitive dads? Like oh.
Can there be different, like, each dad has their own special abilities?
Yes. Can it be like the Father's Day Fishing Invitational Classic or something like that?
Yes.
We were on such a roll and then we just derailed. How did we derail so hard?
We've had
Oh,
5 years of practice.
have you not listened to our show?
We do like random bonus cards.
What would
Of
they
like,
be?
your dumb son crashed the car again. Remove like 3
Yeah.
points to pay for it.
Yes.
Each of these things, you know, written down in here.
Yeah.
And you have that like, okay, I think I can do whatever it is in 2 or 3 or 1, and you pick.
Do
And
you have to
that-
say that beforehand?
Yes, and then that's
Love
when
that.
it's like, oh,
Not very good.
I thought I could do this in 2, but what I got was 2 different colors of Play-Doh.
would have guessed? For the expansion pack that cost $90,
you get some additional fisher.
more dads.
It's collectible. Collect your dad cards.
Dad loadable content.
You get 1 draw,
It's a wild campground. It's like
and you know the word beforehand. And so you're like, oh,
waterfall fish.
I think I need like
But, like,
3 things for this.
Yeah. Oh.
Okay, so there's an action or points.
Do we want to make literal buckets to put your fish in?
So,
Let's get these out of here.
so what all do we want on this? Like fish name, and then like what it takes to catch, and then like a point value,
yeah, so
and then maybe like a
You
bait
have minnows,
value.
but you don't have night crawlers, but you do have
Right.
minnows.
Oh, we don't have two. I need another bucket.
Oh.
Why?
No, there's only one bucket in this idea.
Because it's dollar store, those little things.
Not
that
very
come
good.
off.
Yeah. Who would have guessed?
How does my contribution work? This is all you're getting from me.
This could be
let's
the way we implement what thing. Which, because there's always going to be the same static. It's going to be these, Play-Doh, drawing it, or whatever, So, like, they have to use that
I
to.
just realized we've gotten away from Notepad doesn't have a use.
Do we want to do the thing of like you put 3 on the table to see what's available, and like, because if it's just random and you're like, ooh, I drew a like big one and I couldn't make it, then that's just a whole round you didn't get to do anything. But if you like chose it and you mess up, that's on you.
How do we randomize what thing they have to use?
I think it's what you were going to do originally for the words. Just we write them down into strips, put them in the bucket.
That's the bucket.
And so you always
We're back to
get
the
you
bucket.
always get 1, and then you wager extra 4, and you get less points if you use multiple mediums.
Do you want to design our dads?
Okay. Sure. That
so,
would give me something to
Sam,
do.
can
Somebody
you grab?
that's one thing that's decided.
Okay.
In addition to using the paper for this, the drawing pad is
Oh,
one
it's
of the options.
I see.
how many different categories do we have?
Can you, when you write on the drawing pad, are you allowed to just write with the word?
I like the idea of one dad being like fly fisher,
Yeah.
of like a bonus to the river fish.
Yeah.
Deadbeat dad, you can't affect him.
All right, walk me through where you guys are at right now.
Oh, gosh.
Okay, so we've got it.
Okay.
We're just putting it together now.
All right.
So basically, do you want to know? Or I should save that until.
You can save the full pitch, but I'm
Okay.
just curious, has it been going okay?
Yeah.
You're at you got your concept, and now you're putting the physical
Yes,
item
pieces together.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Hey,
What you guys doing?
we're doing so well.
Yeah.
I'm excited about our game.
I see lists of dads.
Bunch of
Yes.
streamers, we need to get some stuff made.
Yeah, we've done the ideation phase. Now we're
Okay.
trying to like actually
Put in proof.
get down to brass
All
tacks.
right.
But yeah, you are right. It is a very dad-heavy game.
Better be really clever. They
gosh.
better love it. Better win.
Okay, so there's also there's tape.
Oh gosh.
Grill Dad has a bait bonus of like
Better be really
bait
clever.
is worth like twice as much
Better-
by like grilling up the fish to use for bait.
Right?
Grilling up the fish to use for bait.
Yeah, because it makes them more delicious.
That doesn't make any sense. You have never been fishing, have you?
Put in foam blocks.
Yeah, because there could be tons of these.
Well, I mean, we could cut those down right now.
That's true. Oh god, that.
It's gonna be messy,
gonna
but
be
you know
messy.
what?
But we'll pretend.
That we don't live here. So.
At these,
Would-
I think
there's
that's
one
where
dad.
we're getting to. Said max points is 5.
I feel like that's what all the dads are gonna look like.
What does our movement board gonna look like?
Great question.
I can make a weird little meandering path. Oh, that is big. We don't need that.
Is there anything about that D20 that's been challenging?
There's always one.
More, yeah, remembering it's there.
I mean, did they say we could use whatever was here, whatever was in the back?
Can I
The
see
paper
the
wasn't
dice for a
in
second?
the
I'll
bag.
put the dice in the bag for a second.
It's true.
Man, my handwriting's terrible.
Yeah, I mean, this wasn't in the bag.
I know.
Like you said, I think about $90 was your goal, right?
Yeah. Oh, this is gonna be a full like 120 like Warhammer starter
Oh,
kit. Yeah.
we gotta unlock different
Yeah, yeah,
tiers,
yeah.
get on the FOMO. I see how it is. Yeah.
Yeah, you wanna paint your dads.
I hear some people buy these games just for the dads. They don't even play the game.
What's his power?
You got 30 seconds to figure it out.
Really?
Yes, I'm looking at the clock.
6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down, meeples down. Put them down, put them down. No more. Dad's down.
Dad's down.
Tell me what Team Critshow has put together for me.
All right, so we have put together the board game The Craft Show. Oh. This is a spin-off from our podcast. Tass, if you want to display the board, 2 teams, you're going to try to make your way around the board first. Now, how do you move around the board? Well, you'll see there's a little chart on there that tells you that you get to do some pulls, and for each pull you do, you actually move shorter distances. Well, what are those pulls? Our notepad, which was our main item, comes with a little diagram on how to make one of these fortune tellers. So we made 6 of these, since there are 6 of us here. You would open up your fortune teller and you would write words on them, kind of like Pictionary or charades. You're gonna draw these at random. So you wanna make it difficult, but you also don't wanna make it impossible in case you draw your own. So we put all these inside of this bag, and we'll say it was my turn. So I'm gonna open this up, I'm gonna reach in here, I'm gonna pull one out, and we've got this lovely D4. And we're gonna roll this 3 times. So that's a 3, a 2, and a 2. So I would you demonstrate this? I don't know how to use that.
1, 2, 3.
Yep. And then you've got the 2.
1, 2.
And then you've got the 2 again.
1, 2.
Yeah.
And then we pick 2 as the last one. So
Yep.
under 2, there'll be a word written here.
It might be cow, it might be cheeseburger, it might be
Grief.
Grief, yeah. It depends on how difficult they've made it. Looking at that word, I then have to decide using the mediums provided in the game. And these mediums are these gems, the notepads, the foam blocks, the
Pipe cleaners.
pipe cleaners, thank you, and the molding clay, as well as the notepad and markers are one item. How many of those do I think I need to get my team to guess that thing? So it's like, oh, cow, you know what? I think I could do that in 1. So I'm gonna reach into the bucket and I'm gonna draw out 1 thing. And that's the medium I get to do it in. If I get that correct in that 1 thing, we get to move 5 spaces. If I'm like, oh gosh, depression, I think I need 4 of these, I'm gonna reach in, draw 4 items, and use those to try to create something to show my team that, and with that, I'm only gonna get to move 2 spaces if we succeed. If we don't succeed, we move no spaces. And the first team to win, the first team to reach the finish line wins.
So you make the fortune tellers every game.
Yes.
Everybody gets to
Yeah.
pick words.
Everyone gets to pick words, so it's completely random that way. And it's completely, every game, therefore, is completely unique.
Yeah. And ideally, the notepad would have this on every page. So the top part is for entering in your items, and then the bottom part is for making your fortune tellers.
There are little stars on each of the parts where your words would go. So you
Okay.
just put in 8 of your words, and then this would be perforated and have little guides on how to fold it. And then that's your fortune teller.
And what's your, what age group do you think this would be aimed at?
That's customizable because
Okay.
all you got to do really is be able to count to 4 and play with modeling.
Well, I know
those,
adults
so.
who can't do that, so. Team WTIU, what have you got?
I am so excited you asked. Throughout history, there has been one consistent battle, and that is man versus beast. And here we are bringing that to all the fun of the kitchen table with the Father's Day Fishing Invitational Classic. Up to 5 players will compete against each other to see who comes out on top in this fishing extravaganza. And to do that, they will each pick one of our 5 lovely dads, all designed by Kayte Young right here. And each dad will give you a different bonus. So for instance, this is Fly Fishing Dad. And he gets a +3 bonus for fish found in the river. We have Grill Master Dad. His ability to take fish out of the water, prep them up real tasty, and drop them back in allows him to get double bait bonuses when he does that. And I'll explain what that is in just a sec. So after you have your dad, you will go through, and in each round, using our trusty D20, this is the mechanic that was given to us. There's gonna be a gorgeous picture of a fish on each of these. You have 3 to choose from, so it takes out a little bit of that randomness to it. And on each fish, you have the fish's name, you have where it is found. These all just happen to be river fish, but there's also saltwater fish, lake fish, and when we do the expansions and the Kickstarter stretch goals, we're really gonna build those out. And each of those, depending on how many points it's worth, will have a catch cost. That is what you have to roll with your D20 to see if you can get it on the hook. So for instance, the swale, which is not a real fish.
I don't think so.
We don't think so. To catch the swale, you'll have to roll at least a 6. So there's a couple ways of getting around that. You can either just straight up roll it. For instance, I got a 13, so that would give me a swale. And if I did, I would then have it in my hand for a point value of 3. Or if I go again to try and catch another fish, for instance, this saltwater sand swimmer, I could use its bait value of 1 to give myself a +1 bonus the next time I roll. That is one way that you can spend your turn. Or you can do one of these pink cards, which have actions, objectives, and events on them. For instance, actions are things you can use on yourself or other players. Like this one, sabotage, drill a hole in another dad's boat to give them -3 their next catch. Or if I tried to shuffle these and that was a mistake, event, mating season, next fishing action, give yourself 2 extra fish to choose from. So stuff like that will sort of like give you some replayability of it and really, let you live your dad truth.
How do you win?
We are still ironing that out, but we have decided that this Father's Day Fishing Invitational Classic takes place over a weekend. And the different days will sort of depend on what point values you get, and you'll see bigger fish come out as the weekend goes on. And so the game ends at the end of Sunday, at the end of Father's Day, and whoever has the most points cashed in wins. It's really just the daddy of all fishing games.
Oh.
Teams, this was a hard choice. You both did very well. It's what you had your limitations. I don't like picking favorites, but I have to sometimes. And I think the winner of the Great Board Game Bash 2023 is Team Critshow.
Oh!
Yay!
Thank you.
We did it.
Well done. Well done.
Take the chicken. It wasn't easy to choose, but the
Smells
thing
like paint so much.
put it over to choice, honestly, for me, is the fact that they, A, had a win condition, and B, the fortune teller, the customizability, the uniqueness, the eco-friendliness, I think really won me over. So congratulations, but you guys did a great job. I love your dads. I love the fish. I'm a big outdoorsman. It was a hard choice, but there's nothing wrong with second place.
I don't believe you, but I respect it.
Okay.
Well, there you have it. Congrats to Team Critshow. That is a huge win for tabletop gamers and for Cole's Job Security. I want to thank everybody for helping me out. From the Critshow, we have Brandon, Megan, and Tass. I will put where you can check out their show down in the description, as well as stuff from Dan, our illustrious judge over at the Fundamentals. And a big thank you to Kayte Young and Sam Schemenauer for helping me out with Team WTIU, even though we didn't win. And I want to thank you for watching. This will do it for another year of Flyover Culture. I am so appreciative to everybody who's watched over the past few months, and I hope to see you very soon. Thanks.